Am I crooked? I am. Okay. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I had a pretty busy couple weeks. I'm going to tell you all about it. Let's roll the thing. First off, last week I recorded with a band called the Firey. We recorded 4 songs over 2 days. I believe they're going to be putting those songs out in the spring. So here's some footage from that session. Wait here, I'll be looking into this notepad.
What's this?
Take it here.
What the fuck do you want me to do?
I was off social media entirely for years.
I didn't even know ICQ wasn't a thing anymore.
Well, okay, it wasn't that bad. Is shit a de-escalation from shits? So, several years ago, I lent out a 4-track cassette recorder to a friend of mine named Talon. He ended up moving and forgetting to return it to me before he moved, and then it was sort of lost in the abyss for a long time. Well, he returned it. Actually, he returned it in the middle of me recording the sketch that I put out last week. Check it out. Yes? Who? Anyway, as you're watching this video, I am currently recording with Dylan Anthony. Or I think I am, assuming everything goes well. Me and Dylan Anthony are going to try to do a song in a day entirely on this 4-track. We'll see how that turns out. That's going to come out later this month. A couple weeks ago, I told you guys about the Maritime... Great, yeah. Robocall. So a couple weeks ago, I told you guys about the Maritime Metal documentary that... Maritime Metal? The Maritime Metal documentary that Billy Stiver's making. A clip from my interview from that is actually online now. I'm going to link to it below. I'm also going to put a clip from it at the end of this video. I just wanted to tell you a few things about that interview. So the first thing is where it's being shot is actually not in my house. It's in the basement of a friend of mine, Randy. Now, Randy and I used to work together at a pawn shop in Moncton, and also have collaborated a couple of times to work on some music. So for example, me and Randy once worked on this song called 4-Banger, and let's play some of that song. Run them over, run them over, run them over. Randy and I once worked on a song and a music video as well. It was a parody video that got us in a bunch of trouble with a chain of pool halls. Anyway, so we actually did change the video and the final version of it. I'm gonna link it below, but here's a clip from it actually.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there and tell you how I became the Maritime Prince of Welfare.
Anyway, the reason why I bring up Randy is that he's actually slated to do one of the Song in a Day challenges with me, either next month or February. So there's a funny story I wanted to tell about Billy Stiver, who's creating this Maritime Metal documentary. A long time ago when he used to still live in New Brunswick, I used to work at a call center for a cell phone company. Now text messaging wasn't really much of a thing at the time. You used to get a limited amount of text messages you could send or receive every month. We used to have this feature where we could send text messages from this website, and then I would send him like a full sentence broken up by letter. And then send him like hundreds of text messages. I never actually realized at the time, and he told me this when the cameras were off and we were shooting the documentary, and I'd forgotten entirely about having done that at all. He actually ended up receiving a cell phone bill for like over $800 because of all these messages I sent him. So, sorry about that, Billy. I completely didn't realize. Anyway, so here's a little bit of the footage from that interview.
It's a small town. I mean, it's like 15,000 people, give or take, and I guess maybe just not a whole lot to do, so everybody just started playing guitar and drums and playing in a bunch of metal bands. We're known as like one of the fastest bands, I guess, because we played super fast, and we did like Carcass and Arch Enemy covers and stuff, and then we tried to take it out of the set list, and then people got mad at us. Then we weren't allowed to take it out of our set list.
Alright guys, thanks very much. Who was that? Thanks very much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check the links below. You can find out where to stream or buy the music that I create, plus a few other helpful links. My Patreon page, obviously that's super helpful for me. Helpful? helpful for me. Also, there's going to be links to that Maritime Metal documentary, the bands, and the other stuff that I mentioned in this video. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Just so you know, those pickles are from about 2000 or 2001. And they've been around.